About 5 years ago, I was looking to hire somebody who could do really big projects that would start up, last for some number of years, and then be kind of institutionalized. So somebody who was, according to one of my friends, like a utility infielder. Now, those of you who know anything about baseball know that the utility infielder, I've been told, has to do a lot of different things. That's my sophisticated understanding of it. So I was looking for somebody who had really, really good skills, was a fantastic leader, and could learn things really fast and bring up big projects, because we had Impact 2030 and we knew we were going to be doing some really big things. And quite fortunately, I was able to hire Franny Rodriguez, who for 5 years has been the manager of strategic initiatives in the School of Ed. So she works on things that are sensitive and large and transformational. And one thing that she's been working on for a number of years is the program that we call the Teacher Pledge. So with that, please join me in welcoming Franny.
Guess what? Wisconsin needs more qualified teachers. The labor market for Wisconsin's teachers faces a persistent challenge. There are not enough highly qualified teachers, particularly in rural and urban areas like Milwaukee. And there are not enough teachers in specific areas like special ed, English as a second language, science, and technology subjects. So Diana, being Diana, and Jim Thompson saw a unique and strategic opportunity to strengthen the state's teacher workforce and help Wisconsin address its teacher staffing challenges. So in fall 2020, during the pandemic, we launched the UW-Madison Wisconsin Teacher Pledge. The Teacher Pledge is an innovative $20 million loan forgiveness program funded by generous alumni as part of the Impact 2030 campaign. And trust me when I say that this program is the first of its kind. It really is. Trust me, I talked to a lot of people for 2 years, and there is nothing at this scale at any university what we're doing here. So how does it work? Okay, so the School of Education, pays the equivalent to up to in-state tuition for undergraduates and graduate students in our teacher ed programs. Students commit to teaching full-time in a Wisconsin school for 3 or 4 years. For students who teach in those high-need subjects that I mentioned, their pay down is 3 years, a 3-year commitment. Teaching must be completed within 5 years, so we try to keep them in the field for a significant amount of time, and 100% of the loan is forgiven if they teach for 3 to 4 years, 0 interest. So this does not exist anywhere again. So when we designed the pledge, we wanted the program to be easy to understand to encourage participation. Students fill out something called the federal application for student aid, which is part of campus financial aid work study, and the pledge is awarded in that packaging, like any other financial aid, no application. And a couple of years ago, very unscripted and extemporaneously, we were in a pledge meeting, and Dean Hess said, "Hey, we pledge to pay, you pledge to stay." And this quip has become the trademark of the Wisconsin Teacher Pledge, as it rightly defines the spirit and the principles of why the school created the program. Okay. So we just started our 3rd class this fall, and nearly 500 students have participated in the program since it launched, and I'm very happy to say that 13% of those students are from other states. And so we have converted 63 people to the Badger State to stay here. So that feels like a victory. Of those who have graduated, 110 are teaching in Wisconsin schools now. And we just had 140 graduate this past spring and summer, and who will be starting their first jobs last week. We've forgiven about $334,000 in loans. And our students are teaching in 36 school districts around Wisconsin, and the program is being researched and evaluated for long-term impact. And we have been getting some attention. In addition to getting a lot of positive earned media and press. Our elementary education enrollment is up this fall, like really up. And we hope to gain some insights into why from our incredible research team, which is headed up by Professor Nick Hillman, who is in our ALPA department. So, and then many schools have reached out to us. I'll get an email from Diana being like, can you talk to this dean from Johns Hopkins for me? Can you talk to this person? I mean, they're coming in fast. Maryland, Green Bay, UW system schools are reaching out. So we're getting some attention. And we've also heard stories that the pledge was a catalyst for people, kind of older adults who were in already a profession and they always wanted to be a teacher, and now they can afford to go back and fulfill that dream. So when we were designing the pledge, we learned from the literature that the first couple of years of teaching are challenging and many people melt from the profession. To address the challenges faced by new teachers and to help reduce this melt, last summer, the school launched an early career teaching institute. Our aim in creating the institute was to bring together alums, both pledge and early career teachers, who are 1 to 3 years out into the field to continue to train this collaborative community. And they are very committed to deepening their content knowledge, improving their instruction, sharing habits and practices for thriving in the teaching profession. So this was a 1-week in-person intensive experience for these educators that even included a keynote by the 2021 National Teacher of the Year. And there was a lot of tears in that room. It was a very powerful, moving speech that she gave. So these types of career induction supports, is what they're called, often correlate with persistence in teaching. So by requiring the pledges to teach for 3 to 4 years, we anticipate that our alums are going to persist beyond their loan forgiveness period. And again, we're studying it, so we're going to be able to see about that. I'm also happy to report that the first year of this teaching institute was an incredible success. And I wanted to read some of the statements of gratitude and reflections from the participants. Thank you for providing this unforgettable growth experience. After a week with my colleagues, I feel rejuvenated and better equipped to go into the school year. This conference has rejuvenated my spark and reminded me why I want to teach. I didn't realize how drained I was from my first year of teaching. I now have more tools to stay healthy, connect with teachers, and practice mindfulness. Thank you for caring about me and us. And then we also asked alums to revisit the question, why did you choose teaching as a profession? And I want to end my time with these reflections because they really capture it perfectly. Building positive relationships with students, colleagues, and the community. Remember that everything we do is for the growth of our students and future leaders of society. Why I teach: to learn from prospective students, to prepare future generations to be critical thinkers, to prepare considerate humans. And lastly, I teach because it is an inherently hopeful profession. We are hoping for growth, change, and a better future. It involves continual growth and learning, and every day is a new day. It is deeply hopeful. So that's the pledge.